Blankets is the only item that I will be allowed to use for tonight's survival challenge. I'm only allowed to use these blankets that I took from my house to build a shelter to survive the elements of the night. So as always guys, let's get it. You may be wondering why I'm out here so late. Well, depending on where you're from, if you haven't noticed, we're in a pretty big heat wave, and trying to build a blanket shelter in the middle of the day, that ain't happening. That's hot. So that's why I come out here in the coolness of the night, so it'll be easier to get it set up, because it's like 200 degrees during the day, and I ain't about to sweat like that. But anyway guys, we're out here, and I'm on, like I said at the start, only allowed to use blankets to craft this shelter, and I gotta get it set up quick before it gets too late so I can get some sleep guys, and see if a shelter built entirely out of blankets can survive the night, which I think it's gonna be pretty good, because if you look at most shelters like tents and stuff that they're already blankets, so it'll be pretty easy. But blankets are the only item I'm able to use, and I gotta get this shelter set up and ready to go before it gets too late. But it is already dark. It's currently 8:52, so it's still pretty early depending on who you are. Alright guys, and I've already picked out a spot right here between these two nice trees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to go from that tree to that tree. I'm going to run, maybe I'll take the sheets and I'll tie them together and then droop another blanket and make like an A-frame. My problem is the blankets, depending on how thick they are and which ones I use, it's going to be so hot inside, and it's already a hot night. If I can build it right, I might be able to get some airflow, but it's going to be a very open shelter, which in the past I've built shelters at nights. In the past I've built shelters, but I always try to close them up. So this is going to be different for me, because it's going to be open up so I don't burn to death, suffocate to death. That's the plan guys. I guess it's now time to put it in operation, and we'll see if we can get it together, and I'll show you what I'm meaning. So my initial thought in doing this was I was just going to take some power cord and run it from tree to tree and then just put blankets over that. But then I was like, nah, I'm going to do this blankets. That's what the video says, survival shelter out of blankets. So basically what I did is I just took these sheets and I just tied them together, nothing too fancy, and I'm going to take as many as it takes. I'm going to wrap around that tree and that tree, so we have a good cross blanket beam that will hopefully hold the lighter sheets over it and keep them up and keep me covered. And I don't know what's more disturbing, the guy that just picked his nose when watching this video, or if someone would actually choose this pattern to put on their bed. Who would choose this? Like I said, I don't know much about like which blankets have better airflow and which don't, so I'm really trying to be cautious because I have so many different kinds, and I want to try to give the one that breathes the best to put across, so as the best chance for airflow, which I'm not really sure which one that is, because they're all made out of different materials. I may have a very open shelter tonight. The Sasquatch, I may be free pickings for him. Alright, that might be long enough. I got plenty to add to it, so we're just going to wrap it around that tree and stretch it across and see what we got. I think we'll have plenty, I just don't know the right height for it. I'm not going to do it too high, I'm not going to do it too low, because it'll be hot. And just like that guys, she's done. She don't have to be pretty, just like your mom. But then, because the important thing is if it can hold up. And honestly, looking at it, if I use the right kind of sheets, it should hold it up perfectly. And plus I got this fence along the back, so if it is kind of drooping, I can just either tighten it up or just attach it to that. And then I just gotta kind of clean up this ground. Plenty of room for me to lay out and stretch. Nice and sturdy. Plus it's already kind of camouflaged. I hope that's not, oh, that's just a tree. Hope there's no fire ants on anywhere in this. That would hurt. Let's move on to the next step. I'll catch you there. And just like that, the next step to the shelter is complete. We've got a roof on it, fully functioning roof. Now, I could just leave it at that and put a blanket under there, and I may do that. but I may come back and put a blanket across the front just to provide some cover. But overall, it's looking really nice. And I've still got plenty of blankets left. Alright guys, a little update on the shelter. I have fastened 3 walls around it to just provide a little more shelter and defense against the elements, which there's not too many elements unless it comes a freak storm or something like that, which is highly unlikely. So here's what we did, guys. Just went ahead and threw up a front wall right there, nice and green, should provide plenty of camo. And then when I went around here and just threw this blanket around it, covering that way, covering where my head will be. And then on down here. And then on down here I just threw up another sheet. Nothing too crazy, just to keep any kind of creature that might be running along. Maybe it'll deter it from coming toward my head or my feet. And then right here, still plenty of ventilation. We got the fence back there. Ooh, that looks dangerous. We got the fence back there that will provide airflow coming through here. May have to open this up. Still got to lay down a blanket and some bedding for the night. But other than that, it should be all set to go. Before I turn in, I will get that. I will get my bedding put in. One thing I like to do on these overnights, guys, is secure the perimeter. So we're going to go on a little walkabout and just make sure there's nothing around here too dangerous, too serious that can cause us harm. So let's do that. So guys, I'm just walking along here and I come across something pretty suspicious and possible evidence of a Sasquatch. Ooh. Look at that. Look at here. Something done climbed up on this branch and I'm sitting there going, this is my squished banana. Possible Sasquatch, most likely. So, he's definitely in the area and he's probably watching me and waiting for me to go to sleep, and then he's gonna kidnap me and eat me. He's a strong fella. Guessing that's what he used to plow his fields. Something was just over there and he got spooked. I don't know what it is. Could be a Sasquatch. Overnight in the jungle. I don't know, maybe. In checking the perimeter, guys, one thing I always like to do is I like to return to a location where I did one of the first overnights. I believe it was the first overnight on the channel. And if you haven't seen that, you should definitely go back and watch it and just see how it's changed and evolved over the years. It's a pretty decent video. I'll try to link it maybe. Here it is, guys. Look at that. She is all collapsed and falling down. I would try to get in there, but there may be a family of raccoons or snakes. If you'd like to see me come back in the winter and fix that up and try to stay in it one more night, I may do that. If not, I'm probably just gonna burn it because that's not safe. That's not safe. Alright guys, it's currently 1:35 in the morning and I've got my bed all set up. I've got a blanket. And there's this massive horsefly just buzzing around. I hope he decides to leave because I don't want to deal with that. And he's on the light right now. So guys, we're doing it. We're getting this overnight challenge done. I'm ready to try to get some sleep. Guys, I'll see y'all in the morning.
The next morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks so much for watching. It is morning, guys, and we did it. We survived the night in a blanket. We survived the night in a blanket fort. Comment below what shelter I should build next to survive the night in. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. If you'd like to see where I did extreme car camping in the cold, click over here. If you'd like to see where I hunted the Sasquatch, click over here. And until the next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.